Hello, vinyl community. It is today, December 29th, 2012, and I'm going to do the last video of newly found records of this year, because I won't have any chance or any need to go out and get any new records before the new year. To my great surprise, I saw a week ago that there was supposed to be a record fair today in Solna, in Solna, where usually the record fairs are. This one wasn't produced by the company who usually produces these fairs that I go to, the biggest fairs, but a smaller company, and it was also a smaller fair, less sellers and, well, less people there to buy records actually too. One major problem probably was that during this time of year maybe people don't have that much money left to spend after the Christmas. And another problem this year was that it was extremely icy. It's been warm for a couple of days, so the snow has melted a bit, and we've had a cold night, so now it was extremely icy, and it was a bit of an adventure to actually get to the to Solna. When I had finished my record shopping, I decided to take another longer way to get home, but less risky, because I don't want to end the year breaking something, breaking a leg or an arm or whatever. It was quite scary. I felt like a really old man trying to avoid falling. I had a list where there's some actual records that I was going to look for more actively. I've been checking different videos on YouTube, getting ideas on good English prog. So that was going to be the main theme this time, and I actually got a hold of some of the records that I wanted to have. Not all, of course, but a couple of them, and some others that are related to the records that I was looking for. So all in all I got 10 records. So, well, let's have a look at them. First we have Camel, a live record. I was actually looking more for the Camel's 3-4 first albums, especially their second album, Mirage, because I've been told that it's a great album. I don't have any albums by Camel before this. And I found a copy of Mirage, but it was quite pricey, so I thought, well, not this time. So this is a live album with many of their most famous tunes, so I look forward to listening to this later. It was issued on Decca. Okay, those of you who have been following my videos know that I've had a Jethro Tull winter so far, and I managed to get hold of 2 other Jethro Tull albums that I didn't have. First of all, this War Child from 1974, I think, on Chrysalis, the green Chrysalis label. And then I got hold of Heavy Horses. The sleeve looks a bit worn, but the record is fine. This is from 1978, also on Chrysalis, the blue and white label. Then an album that I've had on a cassette for some time, a really old cassette tape. And I thought, well, this is so good, I want to have this on vinyl as well, and now I managed to get hold of a copy. And it's Joe Cocker, Mad Dogs and Englishmen. This is, since I've already heard the cassette, I know that this is a really great album. Such musical playfulness and good music all in all. It's on A&M and it's from 1970. Recorded at Fillmore East, famous place for good recordings. Right then. Another record that I was going to try to find was Led Zeppelin's first. Fair pressing for fair price, not too expensive, not too, well, shitty sounding. We don't know that until we heard it. And I found this issue that I really should have checked out better before I started making this video, but I will do that later. And it is the familiar record here. And it looks like a repressing. It is an English pressing anyway, manufactured by Polydor, but it has this orange and, well, pink and white label that was probably on the original Led Zeppelin issue. So I'm not really sure. I don't think this is an original issue. No, can't be. Not for that price. Or it may be maybe some sort of bootleg. I'm not sure. And I don't know what it sounds like either. But I will have a close listen later. And if it's good, it's great. If it's not good, well, then it will have to do until I find a better copy. But now I think I've got all the Led Zeppelin albums on Atlantic. I think so. The first four and House of the Holy. So yeah. So time to start looking for the Swan Song issues later. Yeah, I got this one too. Led Zeppelin BBC Sessions on Blimp Records. I've seen a white vinyl issue version of this, white vinyl pressing. This isn't one of them, it's an ordinary black one. Yeah, and then I found a record with a group that I don't think many of you have heard of. It's called Oj 600, and it's a Swedish pop group with members. We have Silversurfan, Johan Silversurfan Zachrisson, and Stig Wig from the group Dagvag. I've talked about them earlier. And also the guitar player Anders Åborg from Aston Reimer's Rivaler. They had a very short cooperation before Stig Wig started up Dagvag again. It wasn't that successful, but still interesting collaboration. Yeah, and over to a record that for many years I was sure I already had it on vinyl, but I didn't. I had it on CD. For some reason I thought I had it on vinyl as well, but I didn't. But now I have. I don't have to say what this is. Pink Floyd. Right. Yeah, this is one of the albums I really wanted to have, and I found it very cheap too, so I'm very happy about that. It's Supertramp, Crime of the Century, that many have mentioned on YouTube as a very good prog album. And this is pressing on A&M. I don't think it's the first pressing, it's from 1974. It has this white and silver label. I don't know if they had started using that in 1974. I'm not sure. Doesn't really matter. It's an American pressing anyway. On A&M, Supertramp, Crime of the Century. Very happy I found that. And finally, we have a sampler album here. An Italian sampler album from Philips. And it's called Rock on Yellow. And we have, well, tracks from the current albums by 10cc, City Boy, Thin Lizzy, Graham Parker and the Rumor, Status Quo, Nazareth, Steve Miller Band, and J.J. Cale. So, quite nice. But I think the most fun thing about this is, of course, the weird, first of all, the weird sleeve with a hole for the label here and a hole for the inner bag that's yellow. So let's take out this one. It looks like a yellow record on the inner sleeve. And well, of course, the record itself is yellow vinyl too, so some interesting tracks on this compilation, or sampler. It's more like a sampler, but it was mainly the yellow vinyl I paid for here. I feel that. All right. Well, that's it for this time. I wish all of you a happy New Year, unless we meet before New Year. But if not, happy New Year. It's been a great and interesting year here at the vinyl community, and I'm happy to be a part of it, and I'm happy to... Yeah, I'm happy. Thanks.